Oh my god, I did not expect for this to be this good. Jesus, this is so fun. Hello, what is up, comrades? Today I'm going to teach you how to top damage while shadow tanking. I hope you enjoy. In order to start your shadow tanking journey, you will need to acquire the Corrupted Bear Form RE as well as the What We Do in the Shadows RE. Corrupted Bear Form reads as: corrupts your bear form. Form reducing your physical damage taken by 30% but making your melee attacks deal additional high threat shadow damage. While in Corrupted Bear Form, your Maul and Mangle have a chance to apply corruption, and your swipe drains the life from the target afflicted by your corruption, if known. In addition, Shadow Bolt made instant by Nightfall or Backlash can be cast without leveling Corrupted Bear Form and will hit up to 2 additional targets dealing reduced damage. So, with all of that in mind today, we're going to be starting with first Bash, and then after that Maul, Growl for a threat builder. We have Swipe, Corruption to apply, and Shadow Bolt to use whenever we get Nightfall completely leveled up, and we can insta-cast that. We can't yet do that because Nightfall doesn't come up until much later. Let me see here. When's Nightfall at? I think it's Affliction, Nightfall, right there. We get at level 25. So at level 25, we'll be able to use Nightfall and get instant cast Shadow Bolts while we are tanking. Another Mystic RE that we are going to be utilizing today is What We Do in the Shadows, which reads as: dealing non-periodic damage with physical abilities increases your shadow damage by 2%, stacking 5 times. Does not trigger from abilities that replace your auto attack. So, in essence, as I am tanking and auto-attacking in between each of my abilities, the What We Do in the Shadows RE is going to be increasing the amount of base shadow damage done. The Corrupted Bear Form RE turns my physical damage into shadow damage, meaning that both What We Do in the Shadows and Corrupted Bear Form are going to be playing off of each other, allowing for me to generate large amounts of threat while also doing massive damage. But, now that we have the basics for how the class is going to function, let us jump into some dungeons and let me show you how it's going to function rather than just explaining to you how it is going to function. Let's get this fucking shit rolling. Oh, well, it looks like they're ready because Fido is up that miner's ass already. Jesus Christ. Oh, wow, I died. What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? The tab button doesn't work. Well, I can already see the first issue within the first 5 minutes of the first dungeon. We have too low of a health pool for the healer to really keep up with our pulls. That will be the first issue to address post-dungeon. So Growl is one of the worst threat-generating abilities in the fucking game. Holy shit. I've used Growl on this one motherfucker like 4 different times, guys. Growl equals garbage. I never fucking test out the class before I start recording, so I always have to spend the first, like, 5 minutes trying to figure shit out. Ooh! Ooh! Holy shit! Okay, so that's impossible. Alrighty, hopefully now we're good. Only took 4 deaths? 4 deaths? 4 deaths? Yeah. We're good. Won't happen again. Let me just take a second to make sure the healer has enough mana. Hey man, if Kuga thinks we can... That's not Kuga who's pulling those mobs. Why do we have a DPS pulling mobs if the fucking healer can barely heal me? What kind of logical sense does that make? I can't click the gnome. I can't click or tab the gnome. Okay. Oh, this is actually starting to get wildly annoying. Like, I pull 2 to 3 mobs, I die, and I have to run all the way back. Yeah, I'm looking for Bestial Charge. Enraged? Do we not have charge yet? What? Where's the charge? What the fuck, man? There's no charge at all? Claw, Feral, what the fuck? Swipe and Rage. Like, there is a charge. Where are you? Oh, there it is. That is so stupid. Level 30. Alright, back to my other issue. Yay! Something happened. I got a Mystic Rune. Wow. Alright, let's see if I can... Okay. Alrighty, boys, so for that first dungeon, we found out what our first issue is going to be, and that is going to be our stamina management. We are going to, right now, before going into our next dungeon, increase our stamina and increase our health pool from what it is at the moment, which is around 795 to hopefully around 1,000 by the time we get into our next dungeon by purchasing gear off the auction house. Alrighty, boys, we have gotten the gear that we required, and we are now ready to hop into the next dungeon. Our health pool is now 1,035 compared to like 700 something, which is what it was before. Hopefully now we'll have absolutely no issues with this class, but there might be something else that arises since we're going to be running a higher level dungeon, so let's see if there is any other issues. Oh yes, quests! Alright, it's looking like the added gear was our only issue thus far. Now that we have health pool large enough to be sufficiently tended to, we can pull many more mobs as well as drain less mana from the healer as we do so. Alrighty boys, but I have to do something in half an hour, so this has to be finished within a half an hour, alright? Alrighty boys, let's fucking go! I don't have all day, come on! Dude, why are you asking me in the middle of a fucking dungeon? Alright, we're at the first boss. No complications, not even a single death. Man, this is a super fun tank build to use though, because you have a good mix of physical and magical damage. And if you get that second RE I showed you, what we do in the shadows, that even increases your shadow damage and physical damage. So that's going to make it even easier to tank with and generate threat. Alright, we made it to this part of the dungeon without any deaths. What the fucking shit is... Crazy how drastically different the first dungeon is from the second dungeon, usually every single time. Alright, it looks like we're gonna get this dungeon done within that half an hour, fortunately. That would have been absolutely shit. Oh, why am I not in bear form? That happens too much. So for a quick checkup as we put the final touches on this Dead Mines run, this corrupted bear form RE really fits a niche fantasy. I found myself spending a lot of time looking for shadow damage tanking classes, and after hours of RE grinding, I was able to pick this one up. The what we do in the shadows RE with the utilization of swipe really makes this class what it is, although. Enraged is also a very helpful ability for whenever you need to use swipe as an AoE taunt and do not have enough rage to do so. Meaning you could pop Enraged whenever you want to pull a large group when void of rage without fear of losing your aggro. Just make sure your healer can deal with the pulls, obviously. You better hurry up though, cause that half an hour is coming close, dude. We're cutting it. We're cutting it. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. See, look at that. Enrage. Swipe, and you can even get aggro back from somebody who's using Thunderclap. It's that easy. Oh, I may have pulled too much. Nah, good healer, dude. Good heals. What a fantastic fucking guy. Alrighty guys, that last dungeon worked out quite perfectly. I have absolutely no complaints. I'm going to do probably 2 more dungeons, and in those next 2 dungeons, I'm going to really utilize these 2 REs and teach you guys how to utilize them perfectly, just to make sure that you guys can use this build without any issues in the future if you decide to do so. Before hopping into this 3rd dungeon, I would like to make you aware of 4 abilities I have added to our arsenal. The first is Fairy Fire for a taunt plus armor reduction method on mobs. Second is Devotion Aura for an armor increase. Third is Power Word Fortitude for a larger health pool. And last but not least, we have Animalistic Instinct for a health buff increase that we can have on cooldown. Now, let's hop into it. Alrighty boys, we got the Stormwind Stockades. Pretty fantastic dungeon. Yes. So I'm going to use this first pull of the dungeon to show you how Fairy Fire, Growl, Enraged, and Swipe are best utilized. As you see, I go down to use Fairy Fire to pull the first group, I then use Growl to pull the second. After doing so, I pop Enraged for the purpose of generating rage to use Swipe, which alone will get you back any missing threat. I will say though that the largest most prevalent downside to this build / corrupted bear form RE is that 30% damage reduction, but with that what we do in the shadows RE, this can be circumvented a great amount, allowing for you to top damage while tanking as I mentioned in the intro. And not only that, if you were as I was and in search of a high damage, high threat, high magic, and physical damage tanking spec, this is absolutely it, without a doubt. Alrighty, so before you guys pull, if you don't have any rage, what you are going to want to do is you're going to want to use your Enrage. You go ahead into the room that you're going to be pulling in. I would imagine you guys are going to have charge by level 30, so if you don't have charge, you might as well just walk right into the bitch. And then just keep spamming swipe if it's a big group, and if it isn't a big group, I recommend that you utilize bash so that you can get the corruption applied to your targets. Aside from that, really, there isn't much more to the class, to the spec, that is, rather. You do continuous shadow damage in the background while you do physical damage, which is why that what we do in the shadows RE is really useful in the long run. I also want to show you guys this pull as another example of when to use Fairy Fire as a taunt with your Growl. As long as you remember to spam swipe, you will be good. That's a promise. This tanking spec is honestly a 2-button carry. You need no more than Enraged and Swipe to top DPS and hold as much threat as needed. With this in mind, it is important to check with your healer to make sure that they can handle the size of the pulls you're able to make with this class. Never assume the healer is just able to heal your 20 mob pulls. Thank you. Okay. This is bad. Oh, we got it. Oh, fuck. My swipe wasn't coming up. I was like, oh, shit. One more level, and then we get our charge, finally. We'll be able to generate rage passively now. Well, not now, but whenever we get it. Oh my god, this is so fucking beautiful, dude. Whenever you have a good healer, this tanking spec is so nice. You can pull as many people as you want without there being any real consequences. You're constantly doing shadow damage, so you're at the top of the DPS meters with this spec, but at the same time, you're also able to hold aggro better than the majority of classes can. But as I say that, and I'm talking about that, I die. Ah, yes, guys, finally. I was bitching about it in the very beginning, but now we can finally utilize it. The Bestial Charge. Thank fucking God. Alright guys, this is it from Future Blonde Belly, I promise. I just wanted to show you guys this one last pull because now that we have Animalistic Charge, Enraged has lost almost all purpose in these situations, if not most situations. Now that we can just charge into these rooms, we have all the rage we need whenever we are engaging or starting an engagement. That's all I had to say. Oh, epic level, saved my ass. Woohoo! I cannot wait until you guys try this. Holy crap. Okay, men, I'm going to conclude this shadow-taking build here utilizing Corrupted Bear form and what we do in the shadows. I hope I was able to provide for you some class ideas or even give you an overpowered class idea with which to copy and make your own. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you like this kind of content, please leave a subscribe. I plan on uploading 2 to 3 times a week, depending on the builds I am creating. Well, I'm going to leave it there, and I will see all you guys later. Thank you for watching. Have a good one.